Howdy all Muglex Lives. I think it's time we play a little 7 Days to Die. Alright. Gonna continue. Oh man, are we thirsty? I should unload some of this stuff so I'm not so heavy. Let me waddle back over to my bike. Beware dog, snack pig? Man? Is that supposed to be snake? Snack. Beware the snack. So I've updated to obviously 7.2. I say obviously because it's not like you get a big choice, right? I should probably scrap you. Well, who knows? I might need some. Oh man. Okay, I don't need paper. Alright, let's get back here and check out this building. Yeah, it's been, I mean, the week's not over yet, but it's been a long week. I am tired. So tired. There's a combination of things collapsing into making my week super long. I think Sunday night I played on the server that we had for a month for Minecraft. And then Monday night we played 7 Days to Die on the server. And then Tuesday night played on the Minecraft server. And all of those don't get over until 3 a.m. And then, of course, takes me a bit to wind down. And then on top of all that, we got that new puppy, which has proceeded to bark every morning this week, about 3 to 5 hours before I wanted to get out of bed. This is weird. This is not what I was expecting. And, nope, don't need your Santa Claus hat. And so, not getting my even interrupted regular sleep this week. Hopefully tomorrow when he starts barking and the kids start running around, I can do something about it, because on Tuesday I was like, nope, that's it. I have got to order some earplugs. I've never used earplugs before. I tried them out a little bit today. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. So here's hoping. And I see I still have to click on those things twice. I really don't want that flashlight. See what it scraps down into. Oh! Dang it! Where's my bandage? Dang it! I'm stuck on something. Oh, I think the roof itself I can't get through. Listen, guys. Alright, here we go. Get a couple of feet to fight you with, and I'm good. Come back. We were fighting. Is this glass? Oh. I was wondering. This is a greenhouse. I totally didn't realize this was a greenhouse. Check it out, though. There's some, though? Check it out, though. There's some stuff over here to loot. I think I might want to take a gander at. Somebody got themselves a All right, how did they get in here if this is all... Oh, I see. Crawled in from over there. Ew, it's a climbing zombie. So we'll see how that goes. I am definitely looking... Oh, and then... Uh, of course, my Wednesday night show doesn't get over till around 3 a.m. And my... Ooh, steel gloves. Take those with me. Steel boots. I'll take those with me. Can't make either of that at the moment. And my Tuesday night show after... I didn't even watch it Tuesday night. Oh. No, get off me. I guess I didn't figure he would get up here, but I forgot they jump now. I was thinking how they crawl. He ain't crawling, he's leaping. He's like a frog. And then my Wednesday night show didn't get over till 3. Tonight's show probably won't get over till somewhere in that area. Just it's making my week super long because going to bed at 4 and getting up at 8 or 9 isn't cutting it. Dang. Sister's family making all the noise with no respect for anybody. I hear you, but I'm not seeing you. You must be over here. Oh man, and I have got to tell you, I don't have to tell you, I guess. I want to tell you the D&D session from last night. So, that's the vampire one. And so we're 3 sessions ago, well, 3 Wednesdays ago now, we came out to this winery and found out that it was overrun. We were sent to check in on it because no one had received shipments in a while, and so we came out to see what was going on. Had been overrun by creatures because, I mean, it's D&D. What else is it going to be overrun by? And so we kill off all the creatures. Now, the session did not go as planned for our DM. And so he threw a fit in the middle of our session about how we were supposed to try to sneak past the 40 plus creatures with heavily armored, which gives you disadvantage on stealth, people, and that the encounter, according to him, was set up to be a skills check. And instead, we fought. And not only did we fight, but we won. And so he had intended for us to take... I don't even know how that was going to work because... Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? There's a potato plant in here. What do I gotta have to get the next level of chef? Nothing. I can just get it. Sweet. Alright. Oh no, shoot, that's not... Oh, dang it. It wasn't that one I wanted to update, it was this one. Dang it, and I need a fortitude to 7, and I have my 2 points to spend. Dang it. Well, we're just going to go with 5, or 3. I can do math. I'm just going to go ahead and punch you. We'll get the 1 potato. Why are things crashing? We'll get 1 potato. I can't believe there were potatoes in here. So, he did. He threw a fit in the middle of our session about how it was supposed to be a skills check, and we were supposed to roll dice to see if we could get through without getting detected and get all the way to the winery, which was full of bad guys, and instead we trivialized the evening, he says. I don't know why he's saying it that way, but I totally did not check that mirror for stuff. Alright, let's get out of here. I feel like I've got so much stuff on me now that I need to just head back home and then maybe come back again after I've unloaded all this stuff, because I don't know how much of this that's on me will feed into my bike. But I'm going slow here. And alright, not that, not those, not that, not those. That did, that didn't, that didn't, that didn't, that didn't, that didn't, that did. No, yes, no, no, yes, yes, no, yes, yes, no, no. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely am getting to the point where I'm overwhelmed with the amount of stuff I have picked up. So we'll have to come back. We killed all this stuff, and he was very, very upset with us for fighting instead of trying to sneak through. And the way it works is that the guys inside keep coming out as you're fighting, and so we didn't have to fight them in the building. We fought them in the fields outside the building, but we still fought them. And he wanted us to sneak in, and then once we were inside, all those guys would come charging at us from the outside, is what he wanted, so that he could overwhelm us in tiny spaces. Although technically in tiny spaces it might have been easier to fight. But in the open, then we were able to make use of our area effect attacks. So then last week he canceled. Like the evening of, right before we were supposed to do it, he just like, we're not playing this week. And so I'm like, oh look, he's still angry because we trivialized his encounter that was supposed to take 2 weeks, because he had it planned out that it would take us 2 weeks to get through that. And so now he doesn't have anything prepared for last week, and he's been too busy to work on it. So we didn't have anything last week, and then this week he postpones starting our normal chat about comic books because he's just wrapping up on his prep for this session, he says. And he'll be ready in about 15 to 20 minutes. So we used to start D&D at 9, and then this week he tells me that we don't start till 9:30, which is never... the only time we start at 9:30 is when someone's late. So I don't know what he's talking about. And then he tells us that we might have to end early tonight because he's only got certain things prepped, and so when we get our rundown of the information for the evening, it depends on where we decide we want to go and what we want to do, how long our session is going to last. And so we fought dark druids and their minions at the winery 2 weeks before, and so he starts telling us that there's 3 gems, and one of them is lost, and one of them is held by this super powerful witch, and that we probably shouldn't even think about going over there, where she's at because she's way too powerful for us. And I'm thinking, then why are you even telling us about it? Uh, and and so then he's like, and then there's some more of the druids. They're at this place called, I don't remember what the place is called, but it's just 3 miles from where we're at, you know. And and then and then he says a bird comes in with a letter attached to its foot. Will you get up here? And the letter's in a cipher. And oh, I forgot I had done all this. And so I don't actually have anything to go in there. Oh yeah, I do. Niter. That and those. And that probably. And then food is going to get potatoes. Oop, and some canned foods. I'll probably just eat that. Ooh, can of chili. Nice. It's a couple of chili dogs right there. Which I might be able to make now that I accidentally spent that point in cooking. And so he's like, well, what do you want to... oh, and then the letter, right. The letter is the... I want those. I'm going to put those on, I guess. And so the letter is about this woman. Like, it's really weird because we're talking to the owner of the winery. We did not tell anybody in the previous town where we were headed, but somehow they sent a letter to us at the winery about how the woman who we had been charged with delivering to safety was potentially in danger because the mayor of the town and his henchmen were demanding that she leave the church that she's in where we left her and come with them. And I'm like, so right, that doesn't sound that important to me. Like, we were supposed to take the mayor's sister from one town to another town because they thought it would be safer. So I'm not hearing from this letter how she's in danger. And so I think we should probably go take care of those druids before they retaliate for what we did yesterday. And so he's like, oh, so you're gonna go after the druids then? I'm like, yep, sounds like it. I really want to go to this other town because we were given a prophecy, and the prophecy basically we've gotten the information from different people that point that 2 of the 4 prophecies we received will be resolved in this one town, and one of them is a powerful weapon, and one of them is a powerful ally. And so that sounded like where we should head to next. And so that's where I wanted to go. And but then they told us that we couldn't actually go there because the town won't let anyone in. And so the only way we're going to get in is if we deliver wine to the town. And so I'm like, okay. Well, then we'll deliver. Oh, I was wearing steel boots and steel leg armor, and now I've got steel gloves, so we can scrap those, and we'll scrap these because they're not as good as the ones I had. That can go back on my body. What is this? Oh, my military vest, right. Let's go ahead and scrap that because I think that's used to repair stuff later on. And so we start heading over to the druids, and it's been a ridiculous evening up to this point because I don't know if he drank a lot of coffee or what was going on with our DM last night, but he would not stop talking, and which might sound like a good thing when you're the DM, but he would ask us a question, and before we could even answer, just continue on talking. And so because he's playing a character, now I do the same thing. I sometimes play characters in games that I'm DMing, but I play characters that don't talk unless they're asked a question, and I don't ask them questions from the other NPCs in the game. So I let the players do all the talking. Well, our DM is not like that. He likes to talk, and he likes to hear himself talk. And so, of our session last night, he probably talked to himself for 3/4 of it. And he would be like, so these are like your options. You can go to, you can, or no, he didn't give us options. He'd be like, you can go to the druids. I don't think you should go to the witch because she's way too powerful for you. You could go back to town because the woman is in trouble, and or you can go to, or you can wait. So you really need to decide what you're going to do now. And so then the one guy goes, well, the other guy playing, he's like, well, I think maybe, I mean, I don't know how in trouble the woman is. And then the DM starts talking again, and then he gives us the choices again, and then he doesn't even wait for a reply, and he starts talking again. And it was just like that all night long. And in fact, I at one point sent a message to the other guy. I'm like, man, it'd be awesome to be able to discuss what's going on and hash out what we want to do, but we can't even seem to get a word in edgewise tonight. And so we opted to go after the Dark Druids when we finally were able to say 2 or 3 sentences. And so he's like, okay, so you go down the road, and there are wolves coming down the road, and so we're gonna fight the wolves now. I'm like, okay. So we start to fight the wolves, and we kill the wolves. And he's like, we're gonna do it Theater of the Mind because I don't have a map prepared. And everybody roll initiative. I'm like, well, I don't actually know how to roll initiative because the system we're using, you have to click on your token before you roll your initiative, and you don't have a token on the screen for us to click on. So I don't know what to do. And he's like, oh. So then he opens up a map, and he puts the wolves on the map, but he doesn't clean off the other creatures that are on the map. So there's like 80 tokens on the screen, and he doesn't actually move anything. So now I'm like, well, we're on a map. Why aren't we using the map to fight now? Whatever. And so we kill the wolves pretty easily. We take a little bit of damage, but not... Oh, this is not where I wanted to go. I have gone the wrong direction. Dang it. I want to go back to that little trailer park, and I'm still traveling east-west instead of going south. And so we get to the base of the hill finally that the druids are on, and he's like, so there's a path in front of you, and it branches east and west and wraps around the hill, and then the middle path keeps going up the hill, and you can see some structure at the top of the hill, and the path, though, I mean, it's not like the path to the east and the west, blah 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 blah. And so the guy finally butts in, and he's like, I think we should scout it. And so the team's like, well, do you want to scout to the east or west? Do you want to go up to the top? I'm like, you know what? I've got my raven, because my wizard can summon creatures that it's called a familiar, so that it can fly around and see things. And I'm like, I'll just fly my raven around the hill and see what we can see. And he's like, oh, okay. And I'm like, that way we don't have to actually go around the hill if there's nothing behind the hill. I hate wasting too much time with this. And So, why's my map so closed in here? And so he's like, oh, there's a structure at the top of the hill, there's a statue, there's a tree. You don't really see a lot of movement. I'm like, okay. And I'm like, okay, so then I guess we'll start up the hill then. And, oh, and he wanted me to roll stealth on my Raven, and I was like, I don't understand. Why am I rolling stealth on my Raven? It's flying in the sky. I don't think it's very stealthy. Because the rule is if you can't hide, you don't roll stealth. You can't stand in the middle of an open room and roll stealth. You know, if if you're out in the open, there's no stealth roll, and so I just felt it was a waste of roll. Oh, he also had me roll for perception, and I got a 20, and I hate this thing he does. If you roll a 20 on the dice while doing a skill check, while doing a possible loot check, then he makes you roll it again to decide if it's actually a good roll or not. And I'm like, well, 20 is a good skill check, but it's not a critical success like it is when you're in combat. So it doesn't matter, and I don't know why we have to roll it. And B, why do I have to roll twice? Just take the 20 as it is and go with it. It's okay. It's super annoying because how often... What he wants is he wants you to roll 2 natural 20s in a row. And if you roll a natural 20 a second time, then he gives you a special magic item. But it never happens. So let's just go with the 20 in the first place. Tell me what's there or not, and let's just move on. And so, anyways, we get done with the wolves. We get to the base of the thing. We do the scouting of the hill, and then it's an hour before we normally stop. He says it's only a half hour before we normally stop, but we've never stopped at 11:30. I mean, we didn't start till almost 10, and it's always like midnight when we stop. It used to be later than that, but the other guy we play with, he's got a job that gets him up early in the morning, and so he's like, we're gonna stop there because I don't have anything about this hill prepared. And I'm like, what? There's like an hour of our night left to play D&D. We haven't played in 2 weeks. I want to play, and you canceled the week before that week. So we've only played once in the last month. Well, I don't have anything prepared, so I'm like, okay, so you said we'd have to end early if we went someplace you weren't prepared for. So what choice should we have made, I said to him, that would have allowed us to continue to play? What did you want us to do that we didn't do so that we have to stop playing again? Because obviously the closest thing that felt important, the druids who attacked the winery that we just fought, are camped nearby, sounds important to me, and we should probably go finish them off. But obviously you think something else was more important and was the only thing you prepared, apparently. Well, I thought you guys would find the letter super important and you'd want to go back to town. I'm like, because the mayor wanted her to come with him? That doesn't even sound like an issue to me. Well, his henchman was there too, and you know he's not a nice guy. I'm like, that doesn't mean anything, though. He's the head of the dude's bodyguards. Like, I don't understand why you thought that sounded more important than, oh yeah, those druids that you just fought are actually have their main camp right next to this place and are likely to attack it when you leave. Sounds a little more important to me than, oh, she might have to go with the mayor. I was not happy. And I think it's ridiculous that he says, I didn't have time to prepare anything. Because we are playing from a book, and I literally I literally opened the book and I'm sending a message to the other guy who plays. I'm like, I don't understand why we can't just play. I don't understand why it's always I don't have anything prepared, so we're gonna quit early tonight. Because I mean, what? He sat there and talked to himself for 45 minutes, and then that was the end of our evening. Like, I want to play the game. I want to find out what happens. I don't give us options if you're not prepared for them. How hard is that? And so I'm like, let me see. Let me just peek at the book here about this hill that we're supposed to be going up. So I open the book, and I send him a message. I'm like, I'm opening the book right now because I have it digitally on the game website, the D&D Beyond, and so I'm like, all right, here we go. So I open D&D Beyond. I go and I open the section with the adventures, and then I open the adventure we're on. It's all in chapters, and one of the chapter is the Druid's Hill. So I open the chapter that's titled The Druid's Hill. There's a map there. It's a pretty simple map, and but it is the map for the official map for the adventure. So I copy and paste that into chat, and I'm like, and then I copy and paste the description they gave, and the bad guys are right there. You just right click to open their stats. The system we're using for playing the game is he actually purchased the adventure, and so he has all that stuff in there as well. And I just don't understand because it took me less than 3 minutes to get the thing open and post all the information that we needed to continue with the evening. It wasn't even it wasn't even difficult. It was, man, there's a lot of meth labs in this place. And so yeah, it's getting to be frustrating because he's actually the DM for a couple of our games, and February 6th was the last time he wrote anything in the other game, because that's a play-by-post, and on February 6th he wrote that nothing happened that evening, and I will update the game further when I get a chance, and that was February 6th. So today is February 28th, I believe. So so we haven't had an update in 22 days. And I keep asking him about it, and he keeps telling me he's going to update. Yeah, I'm going to update that. I'm going to update that this weekend. I'm going to update that tomorrow. I'm going to update that tonight. And so Sunday we got a message. Or no, Sunday he sent me a message that said, I'm going to update the game later tonight. So I thought he meant the game he's DMing. But apparently what he meant was, I'm going to take my turn in the game that you're DMing. I don't know why I need a message that he's going to update that. I really thought he meant the other. And you know what? He didn't update anything Sunday evening. It wasn't until over 24 hours later that he put a post in the game that I'm DMing, and he still has not updated the one he's DMing. And it's... I don't even know why he's playing at this point. But alright, well, with that, click like or like, subscribe to catch the next one. I will talk to you later.